Hey guys, welcome in. This is just going to be a super quick video of how to get your AI looking kind of similar to what it used to look like before the DragonFlight expansion. It's basically going to be with your action bars. I can't change the map, the portrait, or the layout at the bottom just yet, but I'm going to show you what the original looked like, what the current one I'm using now looks like, and how to achieve that. So let me just get rid of the screen. This is basically your base right now. This is what I'm using. And as a comparison to what it used to look like before, as you can see on the screen, we've got the two on the sides for the extra action bars. The bottom bar is quite big and classic. The second row fills up the entire thing and covers the faces of the eagle art a little bit. And we've got our portraits on the top. Unfortunately, the bag icons and the information menu icons aren't there anymore. But we are able to edit and move the experience bar higher and our transforms higher. So, if you like the look of this, I'm going to show you very quickly how to get it and what to do. All you need is an add-on called Bartender. Once you install it, reload the game, right-click Bartender, and you basically want to start all the way at the bottom on Profiles. Always make a new profile. Let's call it, say, Test 22. Push OK. As you can see now, it's completely reverted to the default settings. So where you can see profiles, go up one to presets. Once you're in presets, you can apply the modern alt classic interface, which will give you a different one. And what we want is a classic interface. As you can see, it's really small, too small for us. If we go to our profiles and I go to last tut, I think that's my tutorial one that I just made. That's our nice big new one. And then if we go back to the classic one, you can see what it looked like before. So we've gone from that to basically that. So test 22 is basically what you'll start off with in the game. It'll give you a pretty basic, really small thing that you can barely see. And that is what we're going to achieve. Basically, you can do this yourself by starting at the Blizzard arc bar and working your way up. I'm going to do a quick shortcut. Unfortunately, I don't think I can share the whole thing, so it's easy to just load. So individually, you're welcome to copy and paste my numbers. First of all, you're going to start off in general settings at the Blizzard art bar. Alpha is another word for opacity. If you're not sure which bar is what, you can slide it all the way down and up. And as you can see on the bottom here, it'll completely fade out and come back. Now you want to scale this to 1.3. It starts small, as you can see individually at the bottom there, it goes up and down. I've set this to 1.3 and I've played around with a few settings. 1.3 is good. Then you want to go in positioning, make sure it's scaled 1.3, positioned at the bottom. And this is where the numbers are a bit longer. Take some time to have a look, write it down if you need to. It's -665.59998, and the Y offset is 61.00029, and that'll basically get it positioned where you need it to be. Status tracking bar is that bar on the top. You can make it longer. You can position it how you like. For the tutorial, I haven't affected that yet, so as you can see, it doesn't stretch the whole length. I'm going to leave that as it is, as I like the space between my bags, due to the art of the bags not being there anymore. Basically, I ignore these two completely. Our micro menu is important. As you can see, that's our menu for our talents and such. What you want to do for this is you want to make sure that the padding is 6, scale 1.45, and then for positioning, 44 and 45, X offset, Y offset. That'll make sure it fits in the bar cleanly and you can access everything nicely. Bag bar is going to be X offset 452, Y offset 47. That's going to be a scale of 1.15 and a padding of 6. You can make them bigger if you like to try to fill in more of the thing, but I like to see how many slots I have, and that'll be showed down the bottom. I ignore most of these bottom bars, and I'm going to start right at the top with bar 1. These ones you can basically copy and paste bar 1 and bar 2. In the general settings, you can see that is this bar, and bar 2 is on this side. Oops, sorry, bar 1 is actually the very bottom. Scale is 1.05, padding 7. And in positioning, it's going to be -661 and Y 52. Something to note with this, when you're in general settings, you can choose if you want to have a button grid. Just like in Classic, it'll give you the numbers 1 to 10. I've got that enabled because that's pretty much how it used to be when I played WoW a long time ago. You don't need to do that if you want it to be a bit cleaner. I just don't mind it there. If you take it off, you can see the emblems fit in the positions a bit better. Otherwise, you might notice that the lines overcross a little bit, but I don't mind that at all. Bar 2 is basically the next one up. You want to have that the same, padding 7, scale 1.05. This is the information for the positioning, -661, Y offset 121. Bar 3 and bar 4 are basically, bar 3 is basically the one on the right. You want the padding at 7, scale 1.05, and the positioning -1 offset, 121 for the Y offset. The scale is 1.05. Button grid is on for that as well. It also keeps it visible so you can see that you've always got buttons there. Then we've got 4 and 5, which are going to be our sidebars here. These are going to be scale 0.9 for both of them, padding 14 for both of them. For bar 4, we are going to have -101 offset and 225 for the Y offset. For number 5, we're going to have -54 and 225 for the Y offset. Now, once you leave that, you can go into edit mode and go to your stance bar and choose Classic as a preset and then drop and drag. I've put my portrait in the top, the chat bar just a little bit higher than our grid bar comes across at the bottom, our ability bars. I've moved my stance bar much higher and our vehicle bar higher as well, just because once you move this higher, it's not going to fit. As you can see, the status tracking bar I haven't even played around with yet. I will get around to that soon. Our map is on the top right. Our campaign is just to the side of our side action bars. And that's it. That is everything. It all works the same. It's all smooth. It's nice and big, and you can see